Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show that's on in the morning. Troy's already starting problems.
Already getting there.
What? Already causing issues here in the studio. Showed up 30 seconds ago. Already causing problems here this morning.
Early.
I was waking up this morning, I'm like, why did we do the show at 8? We should move it to 9.
9:04 would only make sense, right?
Yeah. Well, then Troy wouldn't be able to be here.
to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people would already be at work.
True.
Yeah. So, it's no convenience for us. It's all for you guys and Troy.
And yes,
We love you. We've got a fun show in store for you today. We are going to be talking with Letti Bozard.
Hey!
We got a lot happening down there at Bozard Fort. Letty Spencer now, right?
Legally, yes.
Okay, now I'm
Yes.
always so confused now.
Her stage name. She's keeping
You
it.
know, it's no reflection of the quality of my marriage. It's fantastic, but it's hard to get used to saying a different name after all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm working on it.
Okay, so are we, obviously. Jeez. Oh, so we've got that. We may possibly get to the Hastings relocation of the depot structures. This is official now. This is really, really awesome. We got a really awful story about somebody in Palatka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With the Willacca?
No, Palatka.
Oh, you said Palatka. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Platinum. Okay.
And temporary closure of Michler's Landing beachfront parking. Seems like there's always a temporary closure.
It's going to be pretty long, though.
Yeah.
An extended
for
temporary.
several months.
Oh, great. Wonderful. I'm glad I'm not a beach person. Lived on the beach for 10 years.
Isn't that funny?
Went to the beach like 3 times.
I can't even remember the last time I went to the beach.
Yeah, it's just,
Working.
you got to shower too long after you go to the beach.
No, you don't.
Sand gets into everything.
Oh, he's very natural.
He said, no, you don't. He's the one who also didn't shower for 3 days.
Yeah,
I went to
true.
the beach before work yesterday.
Might change his name
He's
to
just Sandy.
Pimpin.
He's
Yeah.
just Sandy.
Yeah.
So natural.
Salty and sandy.
It gets off the dirt.
Salty and sandy.
That's his new nickname around here. No more clay.
Exfoliant.
Sandy Blasser.
I like it.
Change that in the
That's
title.
totally your drag name. I
Produced
love
by
that.
Sandy Blasser.
I love it. Sandy Blasser, your service.
Coming to stage 2.
Yeah.
Clay's just learning not to chime in on this show. It just never works out for him.
Well, we love you, brother Clay.
I can always mute you.
He does have the controls. He is the wizard back there. Yeah. All right, man. So we'll get into all that and more. Lots happening at Bozard Ford. Lots of exciting stuff, actually. I can't wait to get to some of this. This is great. Before we do, we will talk to you about, Bozard Ford Lincoln.
Hey!
Didn't see that coming.
They're
Those
amazing.
guys.
Hey, they're great out there. Bozard Ford Lincoln, been here for 75 years. True family business here in St. Johns County. We always say how rare that is to keep something in the family for that long. You know, especially with car dealerships. Letty, you know, there's turnover every day in the car
true.
dealership world.
It's
Even
true.
with owners. It's like every couple of years car dealerships seem to change hands, but not Bozard Ford Lincoln. True family business here in St. Johns County. They've got a massive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Their quick and quality service, that quick lane, if you just need to pop in and out, is amazing. It's great. You can get in there on your lunch break, be back in time, not to be yelled at by your boss. It's wonderful.
They better be taking that lunch break over at Ford's Garage is what I got to say.
I know, right? Grabbing one of those 904 Now burgers. Pretty amazing. They have services from home delivery to company fleet servicing, and they're going to expand on that a little bit, I think. We're going to talk to Letty about that.
Uh-oh.
At Bozard Ford Lincoln, your family is their family, and they are driven to inspire. Also, shouts to our friends at Fidus Roofing, Great Expectations Realty and Auction, Chiba Hut Toasted Sub, St. Augie's Pizza, BHF Insurance, Elais Med Spa,
Oh, excuse me.
Griffin Service. Did you fart?
No, almost.
Okay,
Almost.
all right.
I'll let you know in a second.
It was a burp. It was definitely.
Sure it was.
Yeah, it'll be bopsy.
Griffin Service, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and BNS Signs, who we'll talk about in just a little bit. But first, our table this morning, Troy Blevins, Davey Hartzell, Letti Bozard.
Happy weekend.
I didn't get to introduce Clay. And Clay Blasser behind the booth.
Messy, very messy.
today.
Very messy.
Well, even if he's stinky, he's still an
No, you
important
don't
part of our
stink from the
show.
beach. Man.
No, it's very natural. It smells like suntan lotion and
Ocean. Why do you think they make body wash Ocean Breeze?
yeah,
Well,
hey,
it doesn't
that's
smell
right.
like the actual ocean smells
Yeah.
on a person.
I didn't go in the water.
He just got the sandy, sweaty part.
No, that's fun.
He didn't get
You didn't rinse off.
the cleansing part.
Yeah. With the exfoliating salt in there. Yeah.
Natural.
All right. Go ahead, Troy.
Happy Friday.
It is.
Oh, the weekend, finally.
I hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And me and Davey match again.
I
And I
know.
almost wore that shirt today. I had that shirt, and I almost wore that shirt today.
You
That
guys
is-
really need to FaceTime before
Yeah.
you come in here. At least, Davey, you need to take a picture of your outfit and
I could
send
do
it
that,
to Troy
but
every morning.
that's what happens when I get annoying when I start doing that. So I don't know. That's too much.
He'll do it at like 5 in the morning. No.
I know.
Yeah. Troy's not awake until 7:30.
Yes.
Speaking of people who don't have time to shower.
No.
Oh, I did. Can't you tell? I permed my hair. I parted it down the middle.
beautiful.
That looks very good.
I love
That's the
yours.
best hairstyle I've seen on
I
you so
decided
far,
to-
Troy.
There you go.
The extensions are great.
Thanks. It's working.
Tracks.
Letty, how are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah.
What you got for question of the day, Troy?
All right. Question of the day is, and I didn't know Letty was going to be here, and it's still funny. Worst car your parents ever owned.
Oh.
Worst car your parents ever owned.
Okay. Well, back in the day, these were great cars, but I will say. So my dad he had a Volvo phase. He had a Volvo phase because he knew a guy that sold used Volvos. And this guy called his organization the Volvo Conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. And so my dad would buy a Volvo from him, and within like a year and a half, it would critically break. And then he would go back and get another like 1987 Volvo from this guy. Yeah. So
Did they get the same year?
right. We had a lot of boxy, hard-seated Volvos because those seats in those Volvos were like plastic with a little bit of padding on them.
Yeah.
But they were very safe cars.
Volvos have come a long way.
They have come a long way.
Blake's Volvo's nice. But
Yeah. So yeah, my dad had a string of
a bad Volvo.
bad Volvos. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
not good. But they're tanks, I guess.
They are tanks.
Yeah.
They're big, heavy. They were big, heavy metal.
He's like, get in the Volvo. And you're like,
Yeah.
Every few months, it's a new Volvo. Yeah.
I'm going to say Dad, after the Pinto died, which he drove to the ground, literally, that's how my father was. He got a Dodge Charger, but it was in like a mustard color, and for some reason that color just does not work with my paradigm. So, and it was a hatchback, so I'm already a giraffe, so it was for me to like fit in there. Even when I was like 13 or 14, I was still tall, so it was like hard to like. I remember like it just being awkward. Yeah,
So you hit your growth spurt at like age 9, right?
it was just yes, it's just a string beating the whole time. Yes.
I was going into high school. I was like 4'7".
You guys had growth spurts?
Yeah, only people shorter than me were twins, and they lived on the same street, so we called ourselves cousins. But like, they were girls.
Yeah.
But
Did you
there
date
was only
them?
people shorter than me. Where's my cousins?
Oh, well, there it is. You're glad that there's somebody your standard of lower standard.
And I would, when Letty's a tall girl, I would date a girl like Letty at the skating rink, so I'd be like, skating.
Oh, you were one of those. I
I
love
can
it.
see that picture.
I
Yeah.
love
we could
it.
skate backwards, so the tall girls are still okay with it. So
Reminds me of that scene from Revenge
You
of
gotta
the
get the
Nerds.
right skills. You gotta get the right skills.
That's right. Clay, what you got back there?
Well, we had one of these bad boys.
Oh, one of those Toyotas, right? That's a Toyota, isn't it?
It was like baby blue. And it was one of these, the teardrop vans.
That says like if you get in a collision, something bad's gonna happen.
We got into an accident, and that was the last of it.
Yeah.
you're bouncing around like a BB in a paint can.
And that's why I'm so messed up.
That accident.
Ever
did
since
it.
that day, yeah.
I haven't showered since.
Stop showering. Stop.
I gotta tell you, no matter where we sat in the minivan, my mother could always backhand my ass. Like she would always Shaka Khan, and still hold it on the road at the same time.
Letty, what you got?
So clearly, with a father who owned a car dealership, his cars were usually pretty
I was gonna
nice.
say,
you know?
yeah,
really
sure.
didn't have like bad cars. However, somewhere along the line, I don't even remember. I don't ever not remember it being there. But when I was a kid, my dad had bought this Model T kit car. So it wasn't a real Model T, like a true old, Model T. But it was one of those cars where you built it out, or he didn't, but somebody had built it out. Looked like a Model T, but it just had like probably a Pinto engine in it or something, right? Anyway, and it sat up on the pad at the old Bozard Ford. You had that big raised patio thing around the old Bozard Ford. I sat there, always knew it was there, whatever. So nobody ever drove it. Maybe they cranked it up once a month or something like that. Well, when I was 16, got a speeding ticket. 6 months later, second speeding ticket.
Uh-oh.
So my dad says, you can park that car you're in. Like, go ahead and give me the keys back. And for the summer, I had to drive the Model T. This car, listen, max top speed 45 miles an hour, top. And everything was rattling at 45. So you really wanted to keep it like 35 to 40.
Yeah.
The windshield, and with summer in Florida, the windshield wipers, no light, were this long. So here's me driving around St. Augustine. I'm 16, humiliated.
Yeah,
that I'm having to
totally.
drive this thing.
Yeah.
If I even get over 40, it's all shaking, and the little windshield wipers are like, and I'm down here. It's not even moving the water that I'm looking through.
no.
It was a terrible summer. Terrible. I'm just teasing. It wasn't terrible. So
No, under
I
the
did not get
speed
any-
limit.
Yeah, I learned how to drive 35 miles an hour. So actually, I'm a really slow driver. And maybe I never thought about it, but maybe that was some sort of imprint in me
Right?
back then. Maybe it worked. But
Airing out childhood
so he
trauma.
didn't drive that car, but he did have it, and allowed me and he made it clear that he was allowing me to drive.
Yeah.
My dad was strict.
So were you scared to
My
go
dad
over the
was strict,
bridges in
so-
a car that didn't get up to speed that much?
I mean, we lived on the island, so I had to go across the 312
Yeah.
bridge. I was like, everyone's passing me. I'm like,
Yabba dabba doo.
Your foot is to the floor.
as a 16-year-old, looking back, I'm like, gosh, you were just lucky to even have a dad that gave a crap that you had a car.
Yeah.
But as a 16-year-old, like, I did think my world was ending.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. I'm over. I'm done.
The riding lawnmower would have been better. Yeah.
I had a friend who had
He didn't
a.
make you go drive it to school.
Yeah. No, it was in the summer. Yeah, timing wise. So
I had a
three
friend who
months
had
I drove it.
who had a Lamborghini kit car. And this was, they take a Pontiac Fiero and they stretch out the chassis. And they just put a Lamborghini body on a
Yeah.
Pontiac Fiero.
That sounds amazing.
It looked cool, but
doesn't-
we could never make it a full ride without it smoking all to hell.
It's like
and
a
it was
fake
just
Louis Vuitton. I love it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it
weird
was.
concept, but there are a lot
Yeah.
of them out there.
Yeah,
that just,
there are.
The chassis is whatever, and
didn't
then
know
they
you
build
could do
around
that.
the body of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was funny because we broke down on the side of the road one time, and this group of dudes came to help us, and they thought they were gonna help out, and they were like, "Oh, it's a Lamborghini, man! This is an awesome car."
It's like a crying game.
right,
It's like a crying
right.
game of cars.
Oh my God.
He's like, pop the hood. Well, I'll see what's going on, man. Pop the hood. And so, the moment we've all dreaded driving this fake Lamborghini. And we popped the hood, and he's like, "This ain't no Lamborghini. This is a Pontiac." It's just like, we're busted.
Surprise.
Busted. What about you, Troy?
All right, mine is it's kind of the same version of Clay, but just 20 years earlier. I had the station wagon, or we had the station wagon with the seat that you face
Oh,
backwards.
it's seat face backward. Yep.
All right, which sounds like really fun
Yeah.
until you go on long trips,
Ooh.
and then you get car sick
Yeah.
because you're riding backwards for hours.
Yeah.
And now that I look at it and think about it, if any car would have rear-ended us from behind, because your feet are literally on the back window.
Yeah, that's the dog
Oh, yeah.
seat. Yeah.
No. I mean, this was an actual seat that like you sat up and you.
It was like the cool
That would
that's
be-
where I would
oh.
want to be.
Oh yeah, you would think that until
Yeah,
like you've been
I'm
there
sure.
for an hour and it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so unsafe.
Yeah.
I just remember the waybacks in cars. You know,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
as kids, even my overprotective mom would let us wrestle in the wayback on trips. You know?
Absolutely.
We were back there fighting. I don't know how parents did it that way back. All right, I'll look forward to what people are saying out there in comments land.
My sister never stayed on her side.
Never.
There was
no.
always fights. Always fights, man.
fighting.
Yeah. Troy, it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Getting warmer.
A quick check of the weather brought to you by Great Expectations Realty and Auction. They can sell your home, your business, and everything in it. Check them out at geauction.com, gerealty.us. They can sell your old Volvo.
Oh, good.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
They may just scrap that. Speaking
Take it
of
to the junkyard. They're like, no.
Lamborghini.
yeah, right. We now go to Clay Blasser for our traffic report. Clay?
All right, and music's a little funny today, but hey, looking at the 95, it's not too bad. A little dark up in Jacksonville, of
course.
Mm-hmm. And did you hear the players got called early yesterday for darkness?
Really?
Yeah.
What is going on in Shadowland
watch
up
out
there?
for the darkness today. It looks like the sun may be coming out there though. So
Okay. They really
good.
called it for darkness?
Oh, there was a lot of drama
it was called
yesterday.
early for darkness. They didn't finish the first round.
Yeah.
I saw, Troy, I can't believe you weren't out there. I saw that the kid from Sandlot, well, he's not a kid, he's older than
Yeah.
I am. But the guy from Sandlot who was a kid in the movie, the main
Toby
kid.
Smalls.
Yeah.
I think
was out there.
I think it was the catcher.
Was it?
I think it was the catcher that I saw the guy playing catch with one of the golfers, and it was the guy who was the catcher, the round face guy.
Okay.
I heard one of the golfers had a
Anyway.
hissy fit and threw his, what is his face, in the water. His,
Yeah, that happened.
golf club. There we go.
Let's
Golly.
moving on without us
That
back
happens.
there for the traffic report.
That happens every round for
Does
me.
it? I'm like, not a good look.
I have an extra. I have a throwaway club.
Oh, you do? With your attitude,
This is the one I
probably?
use when I get mad, and I always get mad.
I get my clubs at St. Vincent de Paul so that I can purposely throw them in the water.
Disposable clubs.
Well, thank you, Clay.
Well, anyway, I didn't finish my report.
Please finish, sir. Please,
They
go ahead.
switched the traffic pattern at US 1 again.
Yes, they did. Again this morning.
Did they really?
Yeah.
It almost got me again.
I know. Awful. Awful. All right. Thank you, sir. That brought to us by our friends Al. There's Bozard again. There they are. Elace Med Spa. Are you tired? Is your skin craving a revival? Look no further than Elace Med Spa. Yeah. Their unmatched expertise and luxurious ambiance sets them apart and in a league of their own. They do personalized treatments and rejuvenating hydrofacials designed to bring back your youthful radiance. You have high standards, and so do they at Elace. No one comes close in town. Check them out at elace.com. I love how easy the website is.
Yeah, the website's beautiful.
It is beautiful, easy to get to.
Get on those memberships, you guys. It's a great idea. You get 15% off of services if you sign up.
Yeah, check them out. All right, let's get into the show.
Let's do
I
it.
can't believe we haven't started yet.
Oh, well, you know.
We've got Letti Bozard in studio, which means there is probably some stuff happening at Bozard Ford Lincoln right down the road. Letty, tell me about Bozard Built. You guys seem to be getting in the building business.
A little bit.
I hear a lot more. But
We've been in the
building
building of
is down.
buildings business for the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And so finally this year, I do not think we're going to build a building.
What?
Whoa.
I'm so happy about it.
You're a
You just
pioneer in
say
this
what,
county.
Say congratulations. Congratulations that you're not going to build a building
I was
this
going
year.
to say
So-
you guys are going to start your own construction company soon.
Construction's going down.
So so we're gonna play around with building some trucks. You guys have most likely heard of some of them, maybe not all of them, but there are a lot of companies out there, whether it's Shelby or Tuscany. They're conversion. Remember the old conversion van companies, Sherrod and all of them?
Yeah.
So there are conversion truck companies, and they do all kinds of stuff to trucks. They get them from Ford directly, and then they do all kinds of aesthetic, changes to them, performance
Right.
different changes to them, all that kind of stuff. And we carry them. We've been selling their product for years, and we still will. There's definitely customers that love that, but they're crazy expensive. I mean, you're talking about for a Super Duty, you're adding $35,000 on top of it for all of this stuff. Now they're amazing. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of folks that want some customization on their vehicles, and they don't want to spend $35,000, right?
Sure, yeah.
So we're going to be and we already do that from the standpoint of if you came in and you bought a truck and then you told us what you wanted, we would do it. We've been doing that for years. We're actually going to preload some of this type of stuff. So we'll usually have a handful, 5 to 10 of these trucks on the lot. We've just started to get them out there in the last month or so. So they'll be preloaded with things like tires and wheels and lifts and different shock packages and maybe maybe dabble a little bit into some performance stuff. It won't be superchargers and things like that. Might play around with a Bozard built Mustang one day and do some performance stuff on it. So yeah, that's just a piece of our business that it already exists in our industry, but we're going to try to put our own stamp on it a little bit. So if you guys see these double Bs rolling around on the side of the truck, that means that we built it out there. So it's fun. It's going to be a fun piece of our business. So
that sounds like a lot of fun. So what are some customizations what can you do to a Mustang? Like what are you guys planning? Like aesthetically, things like that.
So a lot of it,
I love the Mustangs
So we haven't done a Mustang yet. So the Mustang's like an idea at this point, and I
just
would
a
imagine
concept.
a Mustang will include like some performance type stuff. It might have a supercharger in it
your
or something
creative
like
people out
that.
there
So yeah,
right.
So but the trucks, which is what we've done now, in addition to the stuff like wheels and tires and shocks and things like that, and bumpers. We just did a truck that we did different bumpers, like the big beefy bumpers on the front of them. And stuff like that. But it'll also have trim level stuff, different leathers, different emblems, some stuff, different colors that you can't necessarily get with just the regular one from Ford and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be all kinds
I would
of
resell
all
on
kinds
something
of
like that.
stuff,
Be like if they were going to trade it in one day, or this more for collectors? Like what kind of?
No, it's not for collectors. I mean, it's not gonna have like Bozard written down the side of it.
Okay,
We're not there. We're not,
It's not going to look like a NASCAR.
The idea would be that it does not bring your trade value down; that it brings it up. Like these are quality things. So
I'm
it's
seeing the
not
double B's like Gucci
necessarily-
print like all over the car. Like that'd be hot,
No,
baby.
I mean, if you want to do like a Davey Hartsville collab,
Let's rock.
I feel like we can make this happen.
Crowns on the
And I'm
front, yes.
all for
Bring
it.
your bedazzler.
Oh
Yeah,
walks out
we
with his
can
bedazzled
bedazzle that
guys,
one.
let me do this.
Yeah. Yeah, but by and large, these are things that people have already been doing and we know that folks like and want. We're just going to do them ahead of time because a lot of times the folks that want that type of stuff, you buy the truck and then you got to wait 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever for all the stuff to get done to your vehicle. So you'll have the ability to come in and buy one that's already set up that way.
I love it. And
So,
everybody
yeah, it's gonna be
wants
fun.
something unique and
Yep.
custom these days. They really do. Something that's individual
It's
to
cool.
them.
Yeah, we haven't launched the website yet, but we'll have a website, bozardbuilt.com, where you will actually be able to go in and play with the different things. So you'll be able to kind of build out, look at what the different things are that you can add to it and stuff like that. So,
I'm going to be on your
Yeah.
website every day just messing with trucks. One day, I'm going to get a new truck that's
Can you save it?
customized.
Can you save your work? Can you save your like wish list?
Ooh.
Okay. This is going to be great.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's not live yet, but it'll be there at some point.
Oh,
That's
fun.
exciting.
That's a 2024 project for us, is to kind of build that out. We do have some of the trucks pre-built, but we're kind of working on the whole thing with the marketing side of it and how to get it out there so people can play with it. And
Do you ever feel pressure with
Things like
timing
that, so.
because other dealerships out there, other Ford dealerships out there are doing something like that before you? Like, or do you just you listen to your business?
Yeah, I think by and large we listen to our business. I mean, I try to stay. I think Bo and I both try to stay as educated as we can. I have zero problem stealing someone else's idea. I will call them on the phone and say, "I'm going to steal your idea, and can you tell me how you do it? Because I actually want to steal the entire idea to make it easier for
I
me."
want to get it right.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get it right. You know,
Right. Yeah, right.
And you know what's interesting? I don't, Ford anyways, that's what we own. By and large, other Ford dealers are always happy to share. If someone called us tomorrow and said, "How are you guys packaging these vehicles?" we would just be like, "Here, let me send you an email." You
Love
know,
that.
There's
Okay.
not a lot of reason not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know how competitive it
yeah.
gets.
Yeah, I mean, we're all competitive, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think we're competitive for the customer relationship. We really all sell the same thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
True.
And quite frankly, we sell them at the same prices with a tiny bit of difference based on inventories and stuff like that. But we're really selling the same thing, and everyone's fighting to build that relationship with the customer, because that's actually what's valuable, is the whole relationship, that you'll buy from us, that you'll service, that you'll buy again from us, that you might buy your kid's car from us.
Yeah.
That's where the
Trust
relationships are important. So, yeah.
Cool. So no more building of buildings.
No
right
more building
now.
of buildings. We got
That's good.
I think I shared with you guys late last year, we were building that separate detail building for our detailers. They do
Yes.
not have to spend one more summer in the hot. I'm so
That's so
excited.
amazing.
So we got that open in December, and they got all moved in in January. So they're rocking and rolling and doing that, and that's been super helpful. We're able now to take their old space we were using for detail and be a little bit more productive with it and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the last building for a hot minute.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
for you.
We're waiting to see kind of I don't know if you guys have been out there lately, but like the hospital urgent care Baptist It's up.
Right.
It's up out of the ground. It's being built. I don't know when its opening date is. Is it March? It's March. Texas Roadhouse should be open.
Right.
That's right.
This month, I think, is their open date later this month. So we're kind of waiting to see what pans out with that whole area. There's really not anything else. We can't really build anything because there's no more land for us right now.
We've used everything.
We've used all the land that we possibly can.
You bought that parking lot though, right? You're going to expand parking?
We did buy some of their parking, the old Outlet Mall parking lot,
Yeah,
and we've redone the curbing and stuff, so it's finished.
Nice.
We're just kind of like, we're Bozard Ford right now.
Yeah. Good. This is
Good.
already-
It's got to feel
This
back
is
to.
what we got. Yeah, it is actually nice to have. I felt like every week for about the last 2 months of last year, we had a meeting and said, okay, hey, employees, we need you to park somewhere different this week because we're building this or we're changing that or whatever. So it's nice to kind of be back and know where we're supposed to be and just, go to work on things like Bozard Built. I had mentioned to you guys before the show too, we're kind of rethinking our used car operation a little bit too. Not to say we're not going to have an awesome selection of 1 and 2 year old used cars. We are. But, we have never really been a dealership that carried a lot of lower priced used cars, $10,000 cars, $20,000 cars, $30,000 cars. It just really hasn't been something we've focused on.
Yeah.
And we're going to add that. We're going to increase our used car inventory, and we're going to really try to work hard to find quality vehicles in those price ranges, because the fact of the matter is there's awesome people and awesome families that need a $25,000 car.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And what's going on in the market is, hey, you can either come to a dealership or a great independent operation and buy and have a great experience, get treated fairly, have them be honest with you, as long as you're buying this expensive car. And then the options a lot of times for a family that needs to buy a $20,000 car,
It's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up on the quality of the car. It's a toss-up on how they're going to be treated and if they're going to be treated fairly, if they're going to be taken advantage of. And, y'all know me. That's not my gig,
Right.
So I feel like our staff, it's going to take us a little while to kind of get used to it. We got to find the cars, obviously. They're not cars that we typically have and, have kept. So we're changing up some of our processes to do that. But we want to serve the whole community. We don't, we don't want to be just a car dealership that as long as you can buy an $80,000 car, welcome.
Yeah,
right?
totally. Yeah.
Because listen, we want to sell an $80,000 car. We have a lot of them, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're not going anywhere. We're gonna have them, and those are built is gonna be even more, expensive than that. But we also don't want to forget about, the need, you're going to buy your kid a car, you're not spending $65,000, $70,000 to buy your kid a car, most likely.
They're going to go speeding around.
Yeah, they're going to speed around.
You got to put them
put them in a Model T. Got to make them drive the Model T. So yeah, we spent some time last year talking about that, is how do we continue to serve this whole community,
That's really
and
cool.
make sure that the people that need to buy vehicles, they get quality vehicles and that they get a great experience and they get told the truth and not taken advantage of with interest rates. And interest rates are bad enough,
Everywhere,
everywhere. So anyway, so that one's kind of near and dear to my heart. It's going to be, it doesn't seem like a lot of work. That one's actually probably more work than Bozard Built, because Bozard Built's pieces and parts.
Right. And you know where to get those
pieces and parts, and you kind of know what customers are going to like them. Getting the word out that we're going to try to stock and carry, another subset of used cars and be an avenue for people to do that will be a little bit more work for us to do, but I'm excited about it.
But that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
I'm excited about it.
I mean, you're talking my price range now, I think it's going to be good for people to know that this has gone through the Bozard service shop as well.
Yeah.
It's not just when you buy a car in that price range, you're usually buying it from, like you said, one of these little independent dealerships. And it's been my experience, it's just one dude back there who's just,
how much can you do? And listen, I always want to make sure I'm clear. We have a lot of awesome independent shops here in this community for sure.
Yeah.
But that's just not always the case, in every single one. And so by and large in that realm, you just kind of only have one choice, And to your point, we are putting these cars through our shop, and there are going to be times where we're going to have to disclose, hey, this car needs this, and we're not actually going to do that. It's the car is safe, but at this price range, we're not going to fix this, that, or the other. But at least we'll tell you, Right.
Yeah.
So you're not driving off like, oh, I think it's all good. No, we're going to say, hey, our service department did make a note that it probably needs this to be looked at and that to be looked at. And then that can be part of your buying decision, right? To know if you want to buy it and know that maybe on the horizon you might have a repair. But at that price range, that works for you.
Yeah.
Right. Because the other price ranges just don't work or whatever. Or you can know not to buy that one because you're not in a position to make that repair in the next year or two or whatever. So
the transparency is
huge.
huge.
That's what I think that's the biggest piece that we want to be able to provide. We work hard to provide transparency in all the other pieces of our business, and we think we can translate that into the used car customer as well.
Well, something else we talk about that I know has been a growing part of your business, and I think you guys are going to expand on it here pretty soon, the remote services.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a big one for us. I talked about that a lot last year, and we had kind of got the foundation of it laid and started to train some of our staff and get everybody ready. And we were really just doing mobile service last year, meaning like, we would send a mobile van to, say, one of the county facilities or to a business that has a fleet of vehicles. We would do some of their work on site, things like that, and a little bit of customer work. But we were really doing probably more of the mobile service work in commercial applications last year. Definitely going to expand that out this year. We have gone from 4 mobile trucks to 14 in the last about 3 months.
Oh, gee, that's a
And
big step up.
It's a big step up, and we're shooting for 30-ish by summer, 28, 30 by summer. And obviously to still maintain that, what we can do for commercial customers. That's a big one. Not going to go away from that. Adding in some more customer pieces of that. A lot of that also will be like something that we're really working on is diagnostics. So like, let's say you get in your car and your car's driving fine, but it has a light on the dash.
Happens all the time.
Right. It happens all the time.
Take the black tape.
Instead of putting black tape over it, I'm going to say that very clearly. That is one way to do it, but it's not recommended.
It's not the right way to do it.
A lot of times that's a whole day out of your life to come in for us to find out. It's 50-50, right? It finds out it does need something, or it finds out we hook a computer to it and reset something, and it's electrical or it's a sensor or something like that. So we're going to work toward trying to do some of the more diagnostic stuff remote. Because here's a scenario, especially in the last couple of years with like supply chain crap and parts delays and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, the chips.
Here's
all that
what
mess.
happens. Customer comes in, I have a light on, or my car's making this noise or whatever. They come in, we've then taken the car from them, and it's sitting there. Then we have to wait for parts. Then we have to, right? A lot of this scenario, I can come to your house. We can say, oh, this is exactly what it is. We have to order the part. Your car's safe to drive. You keep your car. Right? And don't mess with us. We'll then send the remote vehicle back out to install the part when it's done. So you've actually had 2 situations that you didn't have to come to the dealership.
That's a lot nicer for people.
So I don't know. It's just a way to work toward just trying to keep it more convenient. There's a lot of inefficiencies in kind of the old way that we're going to work through and
But
see if
how
we
do you
can
make
it,
sure that their driveway or whatever, like what if it's a gravel driveway? Like can they still lift the car up? Like have you thought about all of those little mechanics?
Yeah. I mean,
You okay?
We would have to like maybe move it. I mean, if you like live at maybe Hogwaller, I don't know if.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we probably would run into some scenarios where we're like, we can't work on it right here.
Let's try to meet you in a parking lot or something. Yeah.
But by and large, we can, we're not going to do heavy repair there anyway, right? So a lot of the diagnostic stuff is hooking a computer to it, retrieving the codes, getting the indicators of what's going on with it. The technician can test drive it right there in your neighborhood, and if you're saying it makes a noise or whatever, they can hear that. And really, it's to make a plan for the vehicle. It's to save you the first step at the dealership to then go make the plan. The plan might end up being, hey, we're sending a tow truck to get your car, and we're bringing you a loaner. That might be a plan.
But you didn't have to go to the dealership.
But you didn't have to go to the
out.
dealership to find that out. You
Right,
may have to
right.
come to the dealership to pick it back up or something like that. So it's just to kind of streamline that process. I mean, I know, on the show here, you guys talk about so many things about this area that have grown and the result of them. This area has grown so much, and the cars on the road. I mean, if you call our service department, a lot of times you're going to find out if you don't know what's wrong with your car and you just need to bring it into us. we might tell you maybe 3 or 4 weeks, right? Because truly there are that many cars ahead of you in the line, you know? So this is also a way to combat that a little bit, to say, hey, at least we could come out and see what we think's going on with it, determine safe to drive, not safe to drive, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, just going at it to try to make it easier for people.
And people are starting
it just shouldn't be hard to own a car. It should not be hard. The breaking down of the car should really just be the hardest part, and that is going to happen. But dealing with us really shouldn't be hard.
And everybody's looking for the conveniences these days. The Uber Eats, the pick up the stuff from the store and bring it to your house. So this is kind of what people are expecting now from service. And for you guys to kind of take the lead and say, okay, we're going to adapt to this marketplace that we're in now. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
It's
we
just
bought a wrecker,
one more
so
thing
you'll
that sets
see a
you apart.
Bozard Ford wrecker driving around, maybe. So that if we do end up in someone's driveway and the vehicle needs to be disabled or it's not safe to drive, we can send the wrecker out and pop it on there and bring it. The wrecker can take a loaner car, leave it for him, and bring a car back. So yeah, we're kind of looking at all the efficiencies there to.
Are there like extra service fees or anything like that to do this service?
No, not specifically. Now, if you just want your oil changed in your driveway because that's more convenient for you, that oil change is more expensive than if you bring it to Quick Lane.
Got it.
You know?
Okay.
But that's really not the bulk of our mobile experience.
Okay.
So we don't charge you extra to. We also have a pickup and delivery service, which is like. Let's say we know that your vehicle needs to come in for whatever reason. We'll send someone with a loaner, give it to you, bring your car back, and that doesn't cost you any extra.
Fantastic.
You know, that kind of thing.
That's fantastic.
So we already had that as well. So that'll be part of remote services. So it's kind of like looking at it like it's more than just mobile service, meaning the mobile repair. It's kind of the whole gamut of how do we get to you versus you come to us when it's possible.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
it's
exciting.
It'll be fun.
What else is going on down there at Bozard Ford Lincoln? Anything else we need to know? What about, we never really talk about the Lincolns very much, but Lincolns are beautiful vehicles.
Lincolns are beautiful. Let me tell you something. I very rarely, after 25 years of being in the car business, this is like confessional, I really don't get super excited about new cars. They're cars, right? For me, I know what I like to drive, and there's about 3 of them that I switch between, and a new car comes out, and we're like, awesome, it's a new car. They're great. The new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus is like blow your mind cool.
Really?
It's really cool. So it's the mid-size SUV, so it's like the same, it's not the Aviator is technically in the same size class as the Explorer. The Nautilus is one down. It's like the Ford Edge class. They're not the same vehicle at all.
Right.
Remember, it used to be like that, like a Mercury,
They were basically twins.
like a Lincoln Town Car and a Mercury Marquis and a Ford Crown Vic were really all the same car.
They
with
just had different interiors.
Look at the emblem. Oh,
this was the Lincoln, but they're exactly the same. That's not the case anymore. They are different vehicles, but all vehicles, Honda, Toyota, like they have class sizes, right? So the Nautilus would be in the same class as, say, as a Ford Edge, right? So it's a midsize SUV, and it's so cool. I don't know. It's got some cool. So it has this. When you get in it, it has the whole dash as a screen. It's not, and it still has a little like a screen for like your radio and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's got this giant, like they call it a Vista dash. Like it's like it goes from side to side of the car, and it's got all these features on it. And the car itself is just like really luxurious and super nice. Oh yeah, you pulled out. See the dash? Here. Look at that.
Oh, look at
the
that.
The whole thing across. The passenger has a
spaceship.
screen. You can have the weather up. You can have obviously your media up. You can have all kinds of information and navigation, and it's kind of like this interactive experience when you get in there, and it's really cool. So yeah, and our Lincoln dealership is growing. The area is also growing in Lincoln. We're selling a lot. Yeah. We're selling more Lincolns this year. In the last even just 90 days than we've sold ever. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, Lincoln's
Very
good.
cool.
Lincoln's exciting.
I owned a
It's
Lincoln probably for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was MKZ, and it was
MKZ
really
is
good.
a great vehicle.
It's the only hybrid car I've ever owned. And I got to about year 5, and I was like, I'm worried about the batteries.
I always used to love the town cars, man. I thought I was into big sedans for a little while in those town cars.
Lincoln has some great hybrid options too. The hybrid Ford Motor Company in general is really focusing on that hybrid technology. So We have a lot of, we have F-150 and a hybrid,
Right.
Explorer. I drove an Explorer hybrid for a long time and an F-150 hybrid. Loved them.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like almost like best of, because I remember last year I was sharing with y'all, I drove the Lightning, the F-150
Right.
full electric.
Right,
Love
yeah.
that too. But man, the hybrid is like best of both worlds.
Is it really?
You get such great fuel economy, but you don't have that fear of like, what if I forgot to charge my car?
Right. That would be my
You do
biggest
have
fear.
this,
Yes.
like, safety net of a motor. I can just go to the gas station.
I think I was
Yeah,
getting like 50
they're
50 to the
awesome.
gallon.
Yeah.
It was
They're
crazy.
really awesome.
Yeah, out on the highway.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So
Very cool.
yeah, lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, Letty, thank you for coming by and updating us on all this fun stuff. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the news. Wow, we don't really have much time left. But you're welcome to hang if you want to.
Yeah, I'm hanging.
Or if you got to go.
No, I'm
Fabulous. Good.
All right, sweet. Hey, speaking about gas, let's tell you about the Gas Buddy gas report. Why can't I say words right today?
Pert.
It's just not. It's Friday. It's time for me to go home and sleep for 2 days. Gas Buddy gas report. Tell us in the comments where you are seeing the best prices for gas. Tim.
He's no longer 2 weeks notice. He's back on.
Oh, he's back? He's back.
Yes,
We
did
got
get
Tim back.
He
got the-
negotiated a deal.
with Wawa. Yeah.
We all came to the table. We
Yeah.
negotiated a
Well,
deal.
there was a
yeah.
prayer circle that you missed, Pete, of course.
Oh, a prayer circle.
And we got him back on.
It always works.
It always works. Yes,
Right.
904 prayer circle.
Well, we've got the Sicko at $21.99, South Ponce at $3.23, the Owens at $7.80, South Ponce $3.29, Sunoco at $21.99, North Ponce at $3.29 as well. The Sunoco at $4.50, South Ponce $3.39, Circle K on 207 $3.39, and your Shell on King Street $3.39 as well. Then the Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard $3.45. The Gate is at $3.49 this
Who
morning.
hurt you, Gate? Gosh.
Jeez, ouch.
Luxury.
Yeah, luxury gas.
Must
That's what
be
you
fancy.
got. Yeah. That's what you got. Boy, that'll make you want a hybrid real quick. Price is getting up there.
Pump with your pinky out.
That's right. That's right. If you pump with anything else out, you might go to jail. And if you
Your
go,
clothes on. Your clothes on.
and if you go to jail, Chris Lucero will get you out of jail.
Oh, we
Chris
love
Lucero bail bonds available 24/7 for you to provide fast and reliable bail services, ensuring that you or your loved one can get out of jail and back to your life as soon as possible. Give them a call, 904-822-BAIL, 904-822-2245. We've never had a better segue for Chris Lucero.
That was awesome. Love you, Chris.
All right, we got a lot of live music and shows coming to St. Augustine today and tonight. Tony Scazzaro at the Cellar upstairs at 1 o'clock. Heather Craig at Trade Winds at 1. We got Mike Cook at the Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's, 1 o'clock. One of our favorite serial killers, Lee Michael Howard. Pizzali's at 3. The House Cats at Marina Munch at 5. What, Troy? You making
That is
sure?
a long-ass list, man.
It's a long-ass list. Well, it's Friday, you know? Big list on Friday. Josh Ford at DJ's Clam Shack at 5. Mark Hart, Trade Winds at 5 o'clock. Troy's literally eating snacks.
Now I'm going to get in trouble for bringing you snacks.
You got a Werther's there?
Werther's original.
Well, the official snack of old people, so it's perfect.
But I can't get the damn thing open.
Oh, God, I'll help you give it to me.
Can't even get it open.
Give it to your grandson.
Pop the hood.
Thanks, Davey.
Dewey
Here you
Via
go.
Band at the Fish House and Oyster Company at 5. Claire Vanderveer. Guy Harvey Resort at 5:30. Trevor Compton at O.C. White's at 5:30. The Claremont Duo at Prohibition Kitchen at 6. Vinny Jacobs at Krabby's at 6 o'clock. Allen Arena, Hurricane Patty's at 6. Walt Kowicki, the Oasis at 6. Cliff Dorsey. I don't know why, but I don't love that name either.
He's making a comeback.
At Pierre's Pub at 6. The Morrow Family Band at the Cellar upstairs at 6. Alexis Paramus, the Ponte Vedra Inn and Club, 7 o'clock. Joe Lee. We love Joe Lee. Casa Divino 57 at 7. Justin Lee Parton at the Ponte Vedra Inn and Club at, nope, that's not him.
Moved out.
He's at, I just lost him. There he is, the Colonial Oak at 7.
Oh, nice.
Surfer Girl at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. Tom Segura
Hey!
at the Amp at 8. Yep, we'll all be there.
Cool kids.
Burn Unit, Ancient City Bourbon and Boards at 8. Tori Nance, Sarbez at 8. Chemtrails at Sarbez at 8 as well. And same with Maddie Walsh, Sarbez 8 o'clock. The Groove Pipe Band at A1A Aleworks at 8. And Vegas Gray at Trade Winds at 8:30.
Yes.
Long list. If you got a long list of stuff that needs to be fixed, you got to call our friends at Griffin Service, where your home's comfort is their top priority. They specialize in AC, plumbing, and electrical services, plus things like generators, water softeners. They do gas work for outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, that type of stuff. You will always experience fast and friendly, as well as affordable service 7 days a week. Give them a call, 904-500-2653, or visit griffinservice.com and see the Grifference. I got to tell you, we've got a great Florida. We've got actually a very disgusting Florida Man Friday.
Oh,
story.
good. I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
We're known for disgusting.
Yeah.
You're not going to think this is fun.
You just got a shot, though.
No, they make you rethink eating bacon, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to hear it.
It's going to be a hard one.
Bacon world.
Going to be a hard one.
Just cover your ears and go, no, through this. No, actually, please don't do the no.
I won't do the no.
Okay, thanks.
Don't kill the Cabbage Potato Bacon Festival, please, Pete.
Well, before we get there, I will tell you
Did
that.
he say it?
I can't with him right now. I can't.
Fidus Roofing. We'll talk about that. I got to tell you, my mom ran into James from Fidus yesterday.
Oh, James Upley. Very nice.
James and actually both the James. James was with James McCune as well.
Oh, hey.
Let's see. She ran into him and she was very excited to see the Fidus logo on his shirt. They were taking a picture, so she decided to photobomb the picture. It was actually very rude of my mom.
I love it. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, but they all had a great time. My mom she called me later that night and said, I met James from Fidus. What a nice guy. He's such a great dude. And we had a bunch of laughs. They were all hanging out for a little while.
And then she said, that other James, though.
Yeah,
He's
she's
an
like,
ornery
"Another
one.
James.
He's
a little bit
ornery."
of a weirdo.
We love weirdos.
Yeah, well, we're all weirdos.
Yeah.
So Fidus Roofing, not only a roofing company that you can trust, but just great people down there that really care about our community here in St. Johns County. Local company for over 15 years and always growing out there. Give them a call, 904-355-ROOF.
They do pavers.
And gutters. Yeah.
All right, Florida Man Friday. Here we go. This is disgusting.
Okay.
Tapeworms found in Florida Man's brain
Oh.
linked to uncooked bacon.
Skinny.
In his brain?
In his brain. Neurologists have documented a peculiar case in Florida where a 52-year-old man's worsening migraines were attributed to tapeworm eggs found in his brain.
Oh, wow.
Zombie tapeworms.
Oh,
How do you fix that?
Chronic migraines progressively intensifying over 4 months led to the discovery of cysts in his brain through a CT scan,
Antibiotics?
raising suspicions of a neurological disease that I cannot pronounce.
Something starts with a P.
Neurocystic cirrhosis.
Samsonite.
Swimmy.
So close.
It's a rare infection linked to pork consumption, particularly prevalent in regions of Latin America. The disease is contracted when individuals ingest tapeworm eggs present in the... Oh, that's so gross. In the feces of infected humans. Ay. Although the patient hadn't traveled or had contact with pigs, his...
Sure you haven't.
He was a big bacon fan.
Yeah.
Big bacon fan. Jeez, Troy. And that likely exposed him to the parasite, they say. Researchers highlighted the theoretical risk of auto-inoculation, where individuals unknowingly transfer the parasite from one part of their body to another.
This is why I like crispy bacon.
I know, right?
Really
Crispy
get it
bacon
dark
really is the
brown.
best for
Yeah.
so many
I'm
reasons.
questioning my floppy bacon choice right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I would
See,
definitely.
I should have stayed covered.
Well, you're a pig specialist. You would know.
Mr. Pig Farm.
Yeah, I probably had more bacon than it.
Than this dude here, yeah.
Oh,
Explains a
so
lot.
they noted these infections can be easily overlooked, particularly when coexisting with known neurological conditions like migraines. So,
So next time I have a headache, I'm going to think I have this.
right, exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just some information I really don't need because I make the straight connection. I'm like, clearly I have this.
What is it?
Clearly.
I now have tapeworms
Clearly
in
I
my
have tapeworms
brain.
in my brain.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Not
ate
just a
bacon.
stressful day. Tapeworms in the brain. Yeah.
WebMD.
Right.
Yeah. No, I can't even go on WebMD.
I
because I
know.
immediately have everything.
Yes.
that
It's
the
it
worst.
says.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Worst.
It's legitimately
Well, even
one
if
of the
you don't,
worst
you
medical
start-
inventions.
Like after you read it, you're like, I think that was one of them.
This is it.
Yeah, if it's associated with finger pain, you're like, oh my God, my fingers do hurt.
It's crazy what we do to ourselves with information. It's really crazy.
It's awful, actually. Okay, let's see. Our last story today, a temporary closure of Michler's Landing beachfront parking. We'll get to Palatka next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
St. Johns County has initiated the $38.6 million Ponte Vedra Beach Restoration Project, necessitating the temporary closure of public access to Michler's Landing beachfront parking and the beach access in the area. The closure aimed at ensuring public safety during the mobilization of large contractor equipment and dredging supplies. That's going to take place from Monday, March 18th through Thursday, March 28th, and again from Monday, April 1st to Friday, April 5th. Further intermittent closures may occur, probably will occur, as the project progresses towards its estimated completion date in August. So they're hoping to have it done by August, but like you said, Troy, that's a few months.
Oh, that was a cynical laugh, right?
That was definitely Troy's laugh. When the pitch goes up, like, oh, yeah. Troy has no faith.
I found out yesterday what's going on a little bit. I got a little bit of the backstory of what's happening with US 1 near Marina Munch.
Oh, yeah.
So evidently the engineers had a plan, but that plan didn't work. So it's kind of sinking a little bit. So they're having to bring it up, and they're re-engineering it all over again.
Oh, my God.
So that's why my boat goes airborne every time I go.
Yeah, that one dip is just can't drive through that too fast. Oh, that's depressing.
Yep.
Troy, how do you want to approach the comments today?
I will make a fruitful foray into the frivolous commentary.
Fantastic. As you do that, I'll remind everybody of Bates Hewitt and Floyd. Ooh. They set the standard that your home is more than a house. It's where your memories are made, and they want to give you peace of mind and insure your home so that you can focus on making those memories and not your insurance company. Having a reliable local insurance agency like Bates Hewitt and Floyd with over 40 years experience in homeowners insurance, auto, commercial, and benefits can be a valuable asset in navigating the very confusing insurance world. Christy is readily available at their St. Augustine office. Great human being, fun to deal with.
Yes.
And conveniently situated right across from Flagler UF Hospital. She offers complimentary policy reviews, and that's just a helpful service for anyone looking to make sure your insurance coverage is up to date and suitable for your needs. Right there, 10 minutes from everywhere in South Park. Give them a call, 904-794-5455, or visit them at 165 South Park, Suite C. And the folks who did that beautiful sign out there at Flagler UF, that is our friends at BNS Signs.
Hey!
They've been doing signage around here since 1967. BNS Signs has supplied St. Augustine and surrounding areas with high-quality signs that really help you stand out. They've done so many around here. Everybody's bragging about the car museum sign.
Yes, sir.
Right now. And they've done so much they did so much for the Florida Man games. They can do it all, from big to small.
Amazing.
Yep,
They've got it covered.
I called them yesterday, and they said they're all in there helping me out with Veterans Village. And
Oh, cool.
So we're super excited about that. Thank you, Jay. So
Great
Nice.
people over there.
So great.
people.
They do all of our stuff.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
They do all
Love
of our
'em.
stuff. And man, you have to work. They have to work with Ford and Lincoln and all of the specifications that come with that. And
Good to know.
then paired up with the county. And
Yeah.
so I'm,
then they have to
I'm
get up-
grateful for BNS Signs because
yeah.
those are a lot of phone calls that I don't have to make
Yeah.
because they make them. So
And you don't want to climb
awesome
that
job.
pole to your sign
They do
yourself.
an
That is
awesome
a
job.
high
That's
sign.
never going to happen. I can promise you that.
You're not changing the light bulbs up there yourself.
No,
She's like,
that's
she's like, I'll drive the Model T.
Yeah, I'll
right, give me that
drive the
Model T back.
Yep.
Yeah. BNS Signs. Visit them at bnssigns.com or give them a call, 904-824-3323. What you got, Troy?
All right, so Kelly, I think, won on the bad car. Her granddad had a Gremlin.
Oh, okay.
The only car I think that beats that is if somebody came up with a Pacer. So it was still an option, or a Yugo. No one came up with those. The Gremlin won in the bad car situation.
Okay.
All right, Costco was at $319 and Wawa was at $309.
Whoa.
So Tim,
Really in bed with Wawa now.
doing his overtime with Wawa.
There you go.
All right, and Letty, I just next time you come on, I need you to keep your left hand a little lower because Rebecca saw your ring and it's now.
Hey, you know a
Thanks to
guy.
our friends at Blue Water Jewelers.
Hey, love you guys.
There you go.
But a lot of fun comments and appreciate the tribe out there.
Yeah, man, definitely. What you got for Stordom Stat?
Stordom Stat, on this day in 1869, the very first professional baseball team was formed. And because I was like in third grade at that time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how it was to watch that very first game.
So the Cincinnati Red Stockings, that's why they're still my favorite team.
Okay.
An attorney came up with $10,000 and said, okay, I want Cincinnati to be the hub of baseball. So he hired a former cricket player. At that time, the Red Stockings went like 110-0. But believe it or not, it was thrown underhand. It was more like softball.
Okay.
And there was no striking out unless you swung and missed. So you could stand up there for like 40 pitches per batter.
Oh,
It had to be
jeez.
like awful to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And there was
Thank God for progress.
Yeah.
there was one game where it was 103-8.
God.
Yikes.
And the game still survived. I don't know how it did, but the Cincinnati Harry Wright was the guy who was a cricket player who's considered the father of baseball. I know there's a lot of stories about Abner Doubleday and stuff like that, but it made,
Yeah, Abner, sure.
made for a great story. So
Okay. Good stuff, man. Made for a good Stordom Stat.
you never heard of Abner Doubleday?
No.
He was supposed to be the creator of baseball, but he was.
It sounds like a very old school name.
Yeah.
They all talk like this when Abner was around. Hey, Abner,
I think
fetch me a glass of milk straight from the cow.
I think that even predates that.
We still had a touch of, English in there. We still had a
yeah.
touch of the accent in there. All right. No, very good. Good Stordom Stat, man.
Yep.
Of course, brought to us by a great pizza place, St. Augie's Pizza, my favorite spot in downtown St. Augustine. Absolutely love them down there. Not only the food, but the family's amazing. Love Augie and the fam.
Such good people.
St. Augie's Pizza, right there between Riberia and M.L. King. Plug story.
I plugged Women's Refuge of St. John's. They do amazing work. They're doing a bike show down at the Classic Car Museum tomorrow. So go down there and support them. It's a wonderful organization. It should be some amazing bikes down there.
Cool. Davey?
Hey, big happy birthday to Jennifer out there. We love you, boo. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jennifer.
The afternoon show, we've got Michelle from Panache and Jen from Matanzas Riverkeeper talking about Love Your Mother coming up. So everybody save that date. Very excited.
Very cool. Letty, any plugs you want to get out there?
Not right off the top of my head.
All right.
Yeah, we're working and plugging along. We kind of rely on you guys now to tell us all the fun stuff, so, and we'll just show. I'll show up to the fun stuff y'all are doing.
Yay! Well, we appreciate you being here. Clay, any plugs?
Yeah, I think the Surfer Girls sold out at Cafe 11, but you might want to try to sneak in. It's a pretty big band.
Cool.
Okay.
If you're not going to the comedy show tonight,
Yeah.
There you go.
they get 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Wow.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. Davey and I'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Bye-bye.